All right, guys, and welcome back. And I want to congratulate you. You are now getting more and more knowledgeable about decentralized finance, and it's an amazing journey. And I'm very happy to be here together with you. Well, you made it this far. This content is a little bit more tense than DeFi 101, but don't worry, we're gonna go much deeper right now because now we're coming at the central point, a very important point of adding real world assets onto the blockchain. This is essential for the growth of our ecosystem. This is essential for the growth of blockchain in general and also essential for the growth of the decentralized financial ecosystem. In this category, we're going to discuss why DeFi needs real world assets. We're going to look at a couple of examples at the art exchange, at centrifuge, and we're going to teach you guys how to interact with real world assets on the blockchain. We're going to launder money. We're going to buy some whiskey, buy some wines. We're going to buy some real estate, and we're going to buy some socks. Okay, let's get started, and let's go see why we need real world assets on the blockchain. Well, Ethereum, if you I would again recommend you guys to read the Bankless blog. That you can find links to that in the description below. And they described it really well, and I really agree with it. They say that Ethereum is a gravity well for the world's financial assets, for the world's assets. And it's true, because right now you can see that all these financial transactions, all these money movements, they would naturally flow to the path of least resistance, right? The same with internet, the same with booking a hotel. We're not using travel agents anymore. Like before, we would go to like a travel agent to say, "Oh, you want to go to this place? Can you please book a hotel for me?" Or we'd open a phone book, make a phone call. Of course, we don't do that because now we have the internet and we can do much faster these things. The same we do with like banking, and we're not going to go to our bank and say, "Hey, I want to transfer 10 euros to this person." No, we're going to log into our bank account and we say we want to transfer this amount of money. The same goes for like financial transactions on the back end. They're going still in a very legacy way because we have these technology gatekeepers as discussed. But eventually, all these value flows will flow to the path of least resistance. And that's why Ethereum or any other base layer that will fulfill this need for the banks. I don't necessarily say that Ethereum will all do that. I think there will be more multi-chains for multi-purposes, but I think Ethereum will be more of the cornerstone because it is the furthest ahead right now. And this will be the gravity well for the world's assets moving forward. But in order for us to get there, decentralized finance needs more liquidity. And right now, we can look at the top 10 of collateralized debt position holders, and we can see they're mostly whales. We can look at DeFi Watch, and they're also mostly whales in these different decentralized financial protocols. But if we add different asset classes, let's say we're going to add, what we're doing already today, we're going to add Bitcoin into DeFi, right? So there's this bridge that a lot of Bitcoin is actually flowing in from the Bitcoin market into the Ethereum like DeFi market. So you have like a Bitcoin ecosystem, Ethereum ecosystem, DeFi that's like kind of sucking up all this. And then Bitcoin is flowing in, and then it gets spread out more because then you get different markets. Maybe those whales with these big CDPs don't have any Bitcoin. So that means that these whales will actually be a little bit outcompeted by these other bigger players. So then the whole system as a whole gets bigger, stronger, more financial activity, more hardening of the system. And right now, you have to be careful. Like right now, if you continue like this with all these big whales in the top of all these DeFi protocols, we are heading towards a basically DeFi financial crisis. It's not really an issue yet, but if this, let's say, grows to 10 million and we still have the same percentages, it's kind of a little bit can get a bit dangerous. DeFi applications are hungry for new asset classes. Yeah, we can see that already with the move from single collateralized DAI to multi collateralized DAI. And you can see that the Ethereum and BTC economy bandwidth needs to increase. It needs to increase. Ethereum can't gain generalized adoption because it's only useful for Ethereum holders. And then you have this bridge from Bitcoin, so then this whole spectrum increases. And right now, Ethereum plus DAI is 95% of DeFi, and in that we also have like Bitcoin flowing in, and other assets are slowly coming up. Yeah, financial applications on Ethereum are asset agnostic. They are asking for new assets to play with. And this also gives us the opportunity to actually facilitate that, to help other companies understanding these topics and also maybe connecting their value flows into DeFi and then gaining money out of it and also making the ecosystem overall stronger. And also important to explain is that when you look at Uniswap, I put this image in here for a reason, because if you look at Uniswap version 1 and version 2, Uniswap version 1 only traded against Ethereum. So it was always Ethereum DAI pair pool, Ethereum DAI pool, Ethereum maker pool, Ethereum USDC pool, right? So when you could swap it like DAI for USDC, that is possible. But on the back end, there was only like an Ethereum and DAI pool and an Ethereum and USDC pool. So then it was like a bit more of a complex financial flow. Now, what happened in Uniswap version 2, they made it possible so you can also have a DAI versus USDC pool, meaning that these two different ERC20 tokens could be swapped directly. By doing this, the costs are more lowered, and the system as a whole gets stronger because there's more financial activity, there's more financial transactions, and there's more financial integrations and more financial possibilities in the ecosystem. But to create, to really make this happen, we need to create bridges. We need to create bridges not only to Bitcoin or to EOS or to Polkadot or to other different blockchains. We need to build bridges into legacy systems. We need to throw the ropes, and we need to learn. We need to pull them in, and we need to help them. We need to show that we are the path of least resistance. We need to show them that the money flows, for example, in real estate or other financial markets, are much more efficient, faster when we do that in a decentralized financial manner. So yeah, Ethereum or other base layer can't gain generalized adoption because then it's only useful for Ethereum holders. Well, again, I'm not the Ethereum bull, but like it's any base layer when you can only trade EOS for EOS applications, it's not gonna work. Only Ethereum for Ethereum applications is not really gonna go that big, or Bitcoin only for Bitcoin applications is not gonna go work that much. We need to make these ecosystems much stronger, and we need to increase the use cases by also making them portable into other systems seamlessly. It's very, very, very important. All right, so now let's launder some money, as I would call it. It's more of a joke, but let's buy some socks. We can actually buy socks. It's kind of like a little bit of a like almost like April Fool's joke of Uniswap, but it really, really nicely explains this DeFi primitive, and it really nicely explains how decentralized finance and real world assets on a blockchain would work. I'm going to explain this in the next video, the next version of this video, and we're gonna then interact with some off-chain financial assets. I see you in the next video. Thank you.